Hey, friends and family. Hey, loved ones. Happy harvest blessings and happy full moon energy. Happy equinox to you and yours. I love this time of year and I love all of the holy days on the eightfold path of the year, or the eight path, wheel of the year. I always get the eightfold path and the eightfold wheel confused sometimes. Yeah, maybe they are interchangeable. They're both wheels and they're both um, awesomely valuable to help us on our path and on our journey to orient ourselves to navigate through changes and transitions. And so it's so magical for me to observe, acknowledge, and honor these days and all of the qualities and gifts that they hold. And I've been observing them and practicing them and playing with them and celebrating them for the last few years, since about, all of them I started maybe in 2016 or 2017, where for the first couple decades of my life, I was always aware of how awesome and potent and significant like the equinoxes and the solstices were, but I wasn't as familiar with the other Sabbats. And so I really have enjoyed, celebrating and getting familiar with those holidays and all they hold, and just all the correspondences, the associations, the magic, and all the activity that's going on that we can see. Nature, we can see what nature's doing, and through all of the relationships that she has with everything that she is. And so I just wanted to get on here and share a little bit about autumn and the autumn equinox and what's called Mabon or Mabon. Yeah, and that's a pagan Thanksgiving holiday. And it's the harvest festival. It's the second harvest festival. And so it's just all about reaping what we have sown and gathering all we have grown. And so I just think it's like such a beautiful holiday. It's a holiday for giving thanks for all that we've been given and all that we share and all that we are and all that we receive and all that we love. Yeah, all that we get to be. So, yeah, I just have a couple things that I gathered, and I love, that it's a gathering theme. It's a to gather together theme. And it's about balance and union and harmony and integration and incorporation, of all things. Interrelation, yes. So there's a few things that I gathered to share when I held a circle at my house this last weekend, and I always have so much. I always end up with so much. There's enough for like a week. There's enough material just, for a retreat. But there's only so much time that we can fit certain things in, sometimes. So I wanted to offer this because it's all about, everything. It relates to everything that I love and I value and I appreciate. And so all the cycles and phases and stages of growth and creation. So one of the things that I was drawn to share for this time was taken from a book called In the House of the Moon, and that's by Jason Elias and Katherine Ketcham. And I just love, learning about every tradition. And that's another, reason I love The Gatherer, because I've always felt like a gatherer. Like I'm always collecting different little nuggets and gems and little threads. Yeah, and so I just love that, because they do touch my heart and they resonate with me, and it is nourishment, and it is something I needed for me. And so I'm really grateful that there is so much goodness to share and to gather and receive and to give and to be. So it's all love is for giving and for being and receiving, and the giver and receiver as one through being. And so I want to just read a couple things that I have on this board here about autumn, and then I have something from druidry.org that I kind of gathered together. So I adapted this from the book Some of it's not verbatim, some of it's in my own words, but yeah, I wanted to give them credit for that because it's so lovely. So here is the energy of autumn. The energy of autumn and magic of the fall. Whoever is soft and yielding is a disciple of life. The hard and stiff will be broken. The soft and supple will prevail. The Tao Te Ching. The power of woman is great, and the more discipline and devotion she renders, the greater her power grows. That's a quote from Paula Gunn Allen. Autumn is the season of ripening and maturity, when fruits fall plump and sweet to the ground, and paper-thin seeds, delicate as spiderwebs, are borne off on the stiffening wind to await the season of rebirth and renewal. The season sings surrender, and all nature listens, letting go of the old in preparation for the new. Trees fling off their colorful headdresses, life-giving sap retreats, pulling back into the core to nourish and sustain the roots. Flowers drop their petals one by one, broken limbs litter the ground, leaves crumble to the touch, and the soil blankets itself with death and decay, laying the groundwork for the creation of new life. The symbol of autumn is the seed, where a future life lies compressed and perfectly ordered within a tender, flexible space. The seed enfolds life within the arms of death. I really like that. The symbol of autumn is the seed, where future life lies compressed and perfectly ordered within a tender, flexible space. The seed enfolds life within the arms of death. So, yeah, seeds were a big symbol. Seeds have always been a big symbol, and it is always about the little things. The little things aren't things, really. And they're not so little, really. They hold a lot, and they hold all things. So, the symbol of autumn, yes, is the seed. Here in the seed, in the deep hidden stillness, the end of everything is joined to a new beginning, the I Ching. From such small beginnings, a mere grain of dust, as it were, do mighty trees take their rise. Henry David Thoreau. In the seed, Thoreau found his metaphor for death and rebirth, a precious casket. The tender seeds of autumn are the seeds of heart and soul. And then this is all about, a woman's cycles of life and our cycles of life. And I really appreciate how we can use these qualities and these energies to help us match our own internal natural rhythms and matching our rhythms with nature's rhythms, because we're not separate from nature. And so I love learning about all these things and how it does relate to our different stages and cycles of growth, and how working with these energies and honoring them, how they can help us with that momentum in creating what we want to draw into our lives and bringing, manifesting that goodness that we are into our lives. So, who am I now? Who am I yet to become? The gatherer is said to walk in a sacred manner, to walk in beauty, and to walk in balance. All her energies become focused on the interior, where the seeds of heart and soul are steadily nurtured. The woman who has moved beyond her childbearing years is seen as a gatherer in Native American lore. A thoughtful, solitary, somewhat eccentric character, she walks the woods with a penetrating eye, marveling at the patience and devotion nature bestows on all her handiwork. She comes to understand the value of her own perfectly dry and bristly exterior, for her inner ripening and maturity could not proceed without a sacrifice to make sacred a vital energy from the outer shell. Using her powers of discipline and devotion, she searches for the essentials that will carry her through the winter. The Chinese refer to autumn as the season of metal, the time when a woman learns to draw on her inner stores of discipline, order, and perseverance. With focused attention to the little things, we move even closer to an understanding of the meaning of life. She is a collector of wisdom, a harvester of experience, a preserver of the little things, essentials. The power of metal prepares her for whatever situation might present itself. Her heart and soul cannot afford to be frail. There are great obstacles to be overcome, and it is necessary to be as hard as metal and straight as an arrow to surmount the difficulties. The I Ching. Muscles of perception, intuition, and inner knowing must be developed and continually strengthened. The soul becomes more powerful through self-discipline and focused attention. Autumn signals the time to develop the muscles of the soul. Transitions are taking place that the body, mind, spirit may be ill-prepared to cope with. The sudden shifts in energy. Yeah, and sometimes it's the tower crumbling and collapsing. Profound transformations are taking place. A woman may struggle for balance only to discover in her deepest fears the very source of her strength and resilience. Acknowledging the parts of herself that are dying, grieving for what is gone, she turns her focus inward. She sinks deeper into the meaning of her own existence, moving steadily through the shadows in order to come more fully into the light. I just love that. So, it's beautiful poetry to me, and yes, I'm happy to receive that wisdom and share it with we. So, that was just one little offering to contemplate and reflect on and receive. And then I have this other board. I collected some of these correspondences and associations from a pagan site. I can't remember what it was called, but I'll put it in the description link. And then, there's some more that I kind of adapted from druidry.org, and I'll put that description in the link as well. And so Autumn Equinox and Mabon and Alban Elfid, which is a druid name, which translates to the light of the water. This is a time to give thanks and offer gratitude for all the immense blessings, gifts, love, beauty, prosperity, and magic in our lives. There's so much love and so much life and so much magic to celebrate and enjoy. It's about enjoying the delights of life, and it is about rest after labor, and just sharing all the bounty with everyone we love, and because it's nourishment and it's sustenance and it's goodness for all. So it's prosperity. So giving thanks for all the magic in our lives, we contemplate, acknowledge, and prepare our journey into the winter, for the darker times. At this time of balance, when the light is perfectly aligned with the darkness, we search for equilibrium in our lives. As the growing darkness stretches out before us, we celebrate the paradox and mystery that in times of waning we are blessed with harvest, that in endings there are fruits to nourish us through these darker times. It's a wonderful time to walk a spiral back to its center, an act that symbolizes a journey inward to access that deep store within us, that place that will nourish us through the coming weeks, months, days of growing darkness. It is a returning to a sacred place within. As we walk the spiral inward, we are guided towards the darkness and repose, towards the source of all life, creation, and inspiration, that we might take stock, replenish, and give thanks. We can welcome the shorter days and the chance to ponder, sitting at winter's heart to dream our dreams. From this place of balance, we can draw strength to move on with gratitude and joy into winter. As the year grows older and wiser, give praise for the joys and sorrows and for the lessons they have taught us. So yes, from this place of balance, we can draw strength to move on with gratitude and joy into winter. As the year grows older and wiser, give praise for the joys and sorrows and for the lessons they have taught us. When we journey to the center of that spiral, we take with us the abundance that we have gathered in our lives, the loves, friendships, and talents that sustain us, the gifts of shelter and nourishment of body and spirit, all the precious things within us that will support us through the coming months and changes. Autumn brings a relief after the hectic, fast-paced summer, a slowing down, mellow, balanced energy of restfulness and acceptance. May the equinox bless us all with glorious moments of peace and deep knowing. Let's welcome the changing pace and bless all that is and all that shall be. From humble beginnings to prosperity, all gods and goddesses, good, holy, full things, love and blessings to you and yours. So be. And that was from druidry.org. And then this was from another site. I just kind of searched for Mabon and Equinox correspondences, and I just was drawn to this one. And so there's just a couple fun things that, yeah, I like to look at all the relationships and all the qualities and everything. And there's so much, yeah, that this actually gives me, yeah, and it does make it like a coherent picture, to see the whole and to see how everything does relate, and see that interchange and that play of interchange, and the interchange of play. So here we have a couple of names, pronunciations for Mabon. So it's Mabon or Mabun, Mabone, Maboon, or Mabon. And then it's also, there's other holidays that correspond. There's Michaelmas, which is a Christian holiday, which is generally celebrated on the 25th of September. There's Second Harvest Festival, witches or pagan Thanksgiving. Harvest Home, which is an Anglo-Celtic. Feast of Avalon, which I thought that was cool because there's Avalon themes coming up a lot in the last couple weeks. Cornucopia, I love the symbol of the cornucopia. Wine Harvest, Festival of Dionysus, Night of the Hunter, Alban Elfid, the Light of the Water. And that's the Druid celebration that honors the Lord of the Mysteries. Winter Finding, which is Teutonic, from Equinox till Winter Night, or Nordic New Year, which is traditionally or usually acknowledged and observed on October 15th. So this is a time of the mysteries and to honor aging deities and the spirit world. A time of balance, rest after labor, completion of the harvest, Thanksgiving, celebration, gathering, equality, preparation for winter, and Samhain, which is no time, and that's coming up next month around Halloween. So relax and enjoy the fruits of our personal harvests. May your hearts and spirits be filled to overflowing, the overflowing cup and the table of plenty. The purpose of this festival, or this harvest festival, is wine pressing and making and honoring the spirit world and the fullness of life. It's for celebrations and blessings and acknowledgments. It's for feasting and gathering and giving appreciation, valuing what we appreciate, to increase its value. Appreciation. The dynamics and meaning of this holiday: the death of the god, the assumption or the ascension of the crone, the balance of light and dark, and completion, the completion of a cycle. The essence is beauty, joy, fullness of life, harvest of the years, desires, strength, laughter, power, prosperity, equality, balance, appreciation, harvest, protection, wealth, security, self-confidence, and reincarnation. The symbols, some of the symbols, and I just love the symbols, and decorating like my house and my home and my altars with little symbols, sacred symbols. To represent like all that I love and appreciate, and all the things that have grown in my life, and all the things that are always given and offered to us always. So the symbols of this festival and this holiday: wine, gourds, pine cones, acorns, grains, corn, apples, pomegranates, vines such as the ivy or grapevines, dried seeds, horns of plenty, red fruits, autumn flowers, red poppies, hazelnuts, garlands, wheat stalks, corn sheaves, colorful leaves, pine and cypress, oak sprigs, mother goddess, triple goddess, cornucopia, burial cairns, marigold, rattles, a sunwheel, all harvest tools, and harvest symbols. So the herbs and the plants for this time are acorn, aster, benzoin, cedar, ferns, honeysuckle, hops, ivy, milkweed, mums, myrrh, oak leaf, passion flower, pine, rose, sage, Solomon's seal, tobacco, thistle, and root vegetables. Some of the traditional foods: breads, nuts, apples, pomegranates, cornbread, wheat, grains, apples, berries, grapes, seeds, mutton, roast goose, wild turkey, dried fruits, ale, wine, cider, mead, root vegetables, onions, carrots, potatoes, that kind of thing, sassafras. The colors that associate with this time are red, orange, maroon, brown, gold, green, scarlet, purple, blue, violet, and indigo. The element is water and the direction is west. The stones are sapphire, lapis lazuli, yellow agates, carnelian, yellow topaz, and amethyst. The animals, some of the animals. This isn't a complete list. This is just a few. Dogs, wolves, stags, blackbird, owl, eagle, birds of prey, salmon, goat, gnomes, sphinx, minotaur, cyclops, phoenix, horses, cattle, griffin, and centaur. And there are a lot of mythological beings included in that animal list. And so that's just a fun little thing that I thought you might appreciate. And I really super enjoyed hosting a circle on Sunday, and it was, right in that full moon window, and so it was so powerful. It's a full moon in Pisces. We're in that window still. It was on the 20th, and it's just, wow, it's been a super emotional full moon. It's been, all the feels all around the wheel. And it feels a little surreal. It's just so intense, but so beautiful, and it's so full. That's all I can really say about it. It's just like everything. And so just loved having this beautiful group of women over that I have gotten to know, and I'm getting to know, and it's so like freaking amazing, like to open up the space and to share that space, and to forgiving and being and receiving. And I'm just so grateful and appreciative of all those things, and all that we are, and all that we do have to give and offer and share with each other. And it's so beautiful. And that's like true prosperity, and giving, like offering and giving from that place of who we really are. And that's, as we are the stars. Yes. But there's a couple things I just wrote in my journal that I wanted to share for this shorter little video. And then, I'll just wish you well, and happy celebrating all this love and all this from this deep well that we hold within, all those treasures and the love within. So this is from September 20th. Monday full moon in Pisces and diamond consciousness portal energies of the cornucopia, the toroidal energies, the divine feminine and the sacred masculine dancing, unifying and playing in union again. Christos Sophia, Pallas Athene, creating an ecstasy. Aurora, the new dawn, sleeping awakening, beauty, soul songs, and all this love for me and we. Autumn Equinox Circle was so powerful and beautiful, magic and hospitable, so full. I'm so grateful and thankful we got to gather and be beautiful together as one love. Together. Yes, it was such a beautiful gathering, it was. And one of the things that I offered was to do like a little candle lighting ceremony, a little circle, and then have each of us walk a spiral into the center and return home to ourselves. And I didn't really have any like ideas about how this was going to work or how it was going to go, but I was just like, that sounds like a really great opportunity to enact that and to participate in this ritual or a ceremony, because it's so helpful and it is so powerful and potent for our psyches, to help us like go within and then move forward and bring our light out into the world. And I think it's just, it's such a profound way, and simple. It is simplicity too. So it doesn't have to be like an elaborate ritual or anything for it to be powerful. It doesn't have to be planned or anything. Like, it's awesome just to be able to trust our intuition, or just kind of our impulses, or yeah, just kind of be open and receptive to what our soul needs and what wants to be. Yeah, and what we can allow for ourselves. Yeah, so what we're willing to receive and what we give ourselves permission to receive and open to. And so that was like super powerful, and I had no like really idea like how awesome that was gonna be, like, until we were actually in that, and afterwards it was just like, wow, that was just magical, like it was. And so I'm just like blown away by little things like that, like where we can hold space for each other and gather together and witness each other and acknowledge and value and hold that space for each other. And that's just, that is love. That's what love is. That's what love gives. So yeah, so it's been fun to have loving sisters and good friends to share authentically and vulnerably, truthfully, without, yeah, the poisonous projections or the shared history. And that's interesting. It feels really good to be seen for who I really am. And there are certain fears coming up around trust. And yeah, they've been coming up. Trusting myself, but I have become aware of the old programs running around broken trust and the undermining of ourselves and each other, and betrayal and abuse of power or misuse, misdirected energy, crossed intentions, manipulations, yeah, and like domination and control because we didn't know, you know? And so, yeah. And it's a good time just to let that go, to forgive and bless it and thank it. Thank those lessons. Yeah, for we know now what we didn't know. And so, this is Diamond Consciousness and the black light of the dark goddess, the one within kissed by the sun, Saboth and Sophia, Aurora and Michael, twin flames, soul activations and epic reunions, walking home, coming home, welcome home. Home is where love lives, home is where the heart is, home is heaven on earth. Home is where them fuckers ain't. Home is where the garden grows, the space that holds all growing seeds and souls. Good day today and a good nap. So it's a good time for rest, and that's what I've been choosing for myself because, yeah, although like there were opportunities to go show up for some things, I kind of was, yeah, led to just take care of me yesterday and get the rest that I needed. And some of me was feeling guilty about that, like, oh, I really need to show up. But another part of me was like, you know what? It's okay to rest right now. It's all right to rest. There'll be time to act, you know, and I'll be recharged and ready to go. So dancing the spiral and the spiral dancer, walking the spiral, coming home. Ivy, look into stories, lore, connections with the vine, purple flowers rising up, heart-shaped leaves, prolific and abundant. Growth, support, magic, protection. Holly, purification and refining the senses. The blacksmith, the alchemist, the forge. Fire, water, air, metal, earth, wood. Hammer and anvil, lightning, rebirth, clarity, the thunderbolt of my mind. I invoke thee, Om Vajrasattva and Vajrapani, for strength, clear seeing through the darkest nights. May you be happy, may you be well, may you be at peace. Walking meditation. Breathing, letting the breath breathe life into you. Let the breath breathe you. Dedication, devotion, patience, faith, trust, grace, strength, kindness, creativity, and play. Dream stories and epiphanies, ahas, and puzzle pieces being put into place. The correct order and sequence, divine symmetry. I trust this process. I am willing to be. Fully free, fully me, fully all I am for me and we. Letting go, letting go, letting go, through feeling and allowing my feelings to move through me, to be moved. Messages, dreams, and receptivity, willingness to pay attention and be open, inquisitive, allowing, curious, open to receive, engaged and non-attached, in the world but not of it. Letting go of identifying myself with surface and outer projections and the battle scars. And stories. Going inward to reclaim true vision, precision. So I'm thinking about more people that are desiring substance, and they're wanting to listen, and they're wanting to seek the truth. They're open to listening, receiving, and considering another point of view or a wider point of view, looking into something other than what they've been spoon-fed or force-fed through the false matrix web of illusion, control, and slavery debt system, the victim judge mob mentality programming, and the hero guru damsel in distress toxic push and pull dynamics, the dependence of the fascist state, viewing bondage as security and compliance as safety. The illusion is slowly dissolving, crumbling, and falling the hell away. LOL, love always. Sorry for being an asshole, LOL. Thanks for playing that asshole for me so very well. I appreciate the parts we've all played, and I get to play for, others and myself. So it's, really to help us come into balance, alignment, and reunion, and break through our fears and the pain and self-imposed restrictions, limits, blocks, and rigidities. Contemplating friendships, partnerships, relationships, the love ship, the love boat, the connections, the fractally internested, interdependent, and I am so very interested in all these interconnections and the integration of our whole full selves. So much appreciation and gratitude for all the love we are and stepping into a brand new life, the unknown, the multidimensional home, the tree of life, many mansions and many rooms. Make the room. Surrender, be free, let go, letting go. Allowing, witnessing, surrendering, and following the path that unfolds before me, getting out of my own way, being willing to allow all that gets to be. All this love for all of we, through grace, faith, mercy, and compassion, empathy, forgiveness, strength, and humility, true belonging, value, intimacy, presence, listening, responding, and expressing truthfully. Watching and observing the monkey mind at play, and watching with an open mind, flexibility. Letting go of judgments and attachments and overthinking, letting go of all that I cannot be. Letting go of the stories and everything that keeps a false hold on me, letting go of resistance, letting go of my fears, doubts, and insecurities. Letting go of the need to please, letting go of the need to control or see things as I want them to be. Letting go of the need to understand, the need to be right, and the need to be in control of how others might see, think, perceive, and believe. How others might see me and my energy, how they see the world, how they see anything, how they choose to see, be, and receive. Letting go, and I'm trusting me. No need to control or manipulate anything, no need to defend, pretend, or play act at being something that I think they want or they need from me. I am willing to show up, I am willing to be free, I am willing to learn, grow, share, give, and receive. I am willing to forgive, let go, and just be all that I am through all that I be. I am willing to allow and love all of me. I am willing, so love, just let it be. I am willing to let go of my clinging. I am willing to let go and embrace not knowing, the wisdom of not knowing, the wisdom of not knowing, the wisdom of knowing, inner knowing. I know nothing, the wisdom of knowing I know nothing. Telos, that which is ultimate rather than perfection, surrendering and holding space for this inner knowing. Slow down, be present, mindful, receptive, self-reflective, and allowing, self-respect, self-esteem, self-realization, self-care for me, coming home to and through my whole well-being. Seeing fears and illuminating them, bringing the unconscious into the light and making the darkness conscious, to come into balance, alignment, harmonic resonance, and reunion. Peace and tranquility. Inner peace radiating outward from my center of being one, being whole, being free, being one at peace, the unity of peace, through being one at peace within me and we. I am enough, we are enough, love is enough, and all is right to be. Who am I now, and who am I yet to become? I am love, and I am loved. I am this love, so be. So be right here, right now. So, just wanted to wish you all a happy equinox and love and harvest blessings. I love you all. I hope you're all doing well. And from my heart to yours, from my well to yours, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for being here and being you. Thanks for all you are and all you share. I love you. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Have a beautiful, beautiful day and a beautiful evening and a beautiful week. Okay, see ya.